So the first thing you want to do is go use your, sorry, that's something else, is create a new project in PyCharm. I use PyCharm myself because it's just easier. So I want to make a new project. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. New project. Let's just call it Google Login. Environment is not empty. Google. Okay, I think I already have another project called that, Google Login. Let's make a new window. Close that. And as we wait for this to close, to open, excuse me, I would just assume that you guys have some Python background knowledge as well as Selenium. But really, this is a very, very simple way to get through this and actually bypass everything. So the first thing you want to do is import Selenium. Um, from Selenium, import WebDriver. And it's not going to recognize it because you actually have to install the package. That should fix it very quickly. There we go. Next thing we want to do is we want to establish our username. So I'm just going to show an example of when it wouldn't work. Let's say just John. And let's do the password as just password. These are, of course, fake credentials. Next thing we want to do is actually get the Chrome WebDriver, otherwise it won't work. So what you have to do is go to this website, chromewebdriver.chromium, download whatever version works for you. I believe I'm running Chrome 89, so I'm just going to download that. And I have a Mac. Yep. So let me open that. And you should put that in your bin folder. If you're oh, no one, that should just be fixed very quickly. There we go. So I added it there. Now we can actually um, go on with the code. So next thing we want to do is add options to make a variable called options, which is basically our WebDriver. And this basically establishes what we actually want the Chrome WebDriver to, what options we want it to have. So we can actually change the user agent. We can add a proxy. This basically just tells the browser what to do when it initializes or when it opens for the first time. So the first option I want to add is, I just want it to be in English. This is not really essential because I believe it defaults to this, but it just makes me feel better a little bit. So now we want to make the driver, initialize the driver. So WebDriver dot Chrome options equals true. And what that's saying is that we want to have the options that we established for it. Next thing we want to do is get the actual web page um, of the Google login. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. So let's go Gmail login. So here we have the web page. I'm just going to copy it, web page URL, and we're going to put that there. And as you probably know, the get method, get function, I've been used to Java recently. The get function allows you to just go to a website and open that. And then we want to find this form here, and we want to put the username there. So we want to find this form, and one way you can do that is there's a really cool extension in Firefox called Selenium IDE. So really, you can just find the the CSS selector, whatever. So for example, I could just do whatever. Let's just, so if I press this, I'm just clicking multiple times so it'll show up. Yeah, right there. So it's going to show you what you found. So the ID is identifier ID. The CSS ID is the # that XPath, whatever. So it's really, really useful. It makes it all very easy instead of having to go through the code. So I'm going to do driver.find element by CSS selector, which is what we found here. So if I go to CSS, it's that. And we just want that to be pound identifier ID, and we want to send keys username. So let us try that, and I believe the next thing we have to do is just click it. So driver that find element by CSS selector, and now let me find the next button selector. So let me do a new project. Oh, that might be continuing. No, let me stop that. Okay, let's do a new project. Just name it whatever, same page. Let me get the URL. Apologies for this delay. There we go. So there, press next, next. Okay, let's see what we got. Yes, that is correct. So that should work, I believe. Okay, cool. So I actually did this before, and I had a different selector, I believe, which is slightly more descriptive, and I'm just going to use that because I want to make sure that I get everything correctly here. So I did this for a previous project, so let me just find that. Yeah, here. Yep, so put that there. Perfect. And it's dot click, which clicks it. Without further ado, let us try that. And we have an issue. Let's see. What is the... Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Options does not equal true. That makes no sense. Options equals options. Alright, so it's opening. See, we put it in, and this browser or app may not be secure. That's the error we always get. What we really need to do, the only fix that has this is by just changing the email to a G Suite account. So, for example, I found a random professor account at Cornell, and if we use this account, this is a G Suite account, which is a special type of Google account that basically allows you to have the at whatever, customized domain essentially. So if we try this, there we go, it works. Now you can put in your password and do whatever you want. So what you really need to do is simply just use G Suite accounts, and there's actually ways to buy this in bulk, so you don't have to, pay the fee for whatever it is every single time. So thank you.